Greater he that is in me than he that is in the world. You hear me? We all come from one thing, man. That's it. Shout out to my nigga AHumbleSoul, man. Cause my whole soul gonna forever be humble, man. Psalm 91 to the death, man. Love, brother. Let's do it.
AHumbleSoul, we checking back in, man. Another exclusive. We live from Orlando right now. We got Orlando rap vet in front of the camera, as well as a controversial figure, man, to say the least, when it comes to Orlando. Armstrong, what's going on with you, bro?
Say, man, we do whatever we want to do, man. That's all we doing, man. Whatever we want to do, whatever we tell these folk to do, they gonna do it.
Oh, for sure. Who you got on the camera with you, bro?
This is my best homie, one of my best homies, Gambino. Sandbox shit since a little nigga, you feel me? You know what I mean? All the way from young boys, little bitty kids, man, with this shit, for real, for real.
Oh, for sure, for sure. Nah, well, it's dope to chop it up with you, man, to make it happen. I know you said you was gonna fly out before we was able to connect. Taking it from the beginning though, bro, like we in Orlando right now. I'm not too familiar with this section, but I know you are open about West Orlando and your music. Mm-hmm. You know, what's so special about that section of the city to you, and what's the difference from West Orlando compared to other areas, bro?
In my experience, I say shit, you know, West Orlando really was the first, in my opinion, the first real gangsters came from, you know, the west side. You know, west side was really the poverty side. Like, you know what I'm saying? It really wasn't no motherfucking east side and all that old kind of shit. No hating on no shit like that, but west side is where the gorillas first originated from. Iron slangers originated from West Orlando, you feel me? So, you know, that's just that on there. And any nigga from Orlando or around Orlando gonna tell you that same shit.
And your particular part of West Orlando, let the viewers know like what area you come from in particular on that side of the city.
I come from Liston Court. Liston Court, see, 2139, that's where I'm from. And like the difference from Liston Court and the rest of Richmond Heights back in my era when we was young niggas, it's like everybody in Richmond Heights like got to the money and shit, but at the same time, we didn't really have like the connections, the plugs and shit like that. So we had to figure out a way to make money. You know what I'm saying? So we was the first niggas who really was slanging iron, fuck it, robbing to get to the bag and shit like that though. You know, from my generation, I remember being a young nigga and they had a little gang called them niggas the Smurfs. It was some shit. You remember that shit, bro? The Smurfs.
Yeah.
They'll beat your ass, bro. The Smurfs used to beat a nigga ass, you feel me? If you get caught down bad walking on certain streets, all that kind of shit. And I'm going back in the G, back when they had the red and white store, Perry's, Mike Newton cutting hair for a nickel rock, you feel me? Shit like that there, that's where I'm coming from with it.
Man, so talking about that time before you even jumped off the porch, like how were you as a youngster, man? And like what was your household like? Was it dysfunctional? Was it solid? Was it two parents, siblings? Like what was that atmosphere like for you?
My house really was I was raised like kind of with granny, you feel me? And my all my aunties, my grandma, if I ain't tripping, I think I got 11 aunties, one uncle from my granny. You feel what I'm saying? So like all my aunties, they like all of them started young. So like grandma house was the house where everybody be, you know, pop their shit at. And my auntie now, you know, they worked it and shit like that, did they thing. But at the same time, you know, a nigga was really raising himself because it ain't nothing but so much grandma can do. So when grandma go to sleep, goddamn 7, 8 at night, we doing what we out here doing. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never knew how to play no sports or run track or football, none of that shit. So I didn't idolize Bo Jackson and all that old kind of shit. You know, I idolized the street niggas, the ones who I seen who was getting to the bag, getting to the real money and shit like that there. So, you know.
What about siblings?
Siblings? I ain't have siblings till later in the game. Like, my mama waited till I was like 15 to have, you know, other goddamn kids. So I got 3 more sisters from my mama, but not from my daddy. Like, my mom and my dad split when I was a young nigga. So, like, my mom got my 3 sisters from her next husband. You see what I'm saying?
I got you. Your stepfather.
Yeah, so I got them 3 sisters. Then I got, from my dad's side, I got 1, 2, 3, 4 more sisters, if I ain't mistaken, and 3 brothers, if I ain't mistaken. It's so much shit just scattered out. You feel me? No disrespect to nothing, but yeah, that's probably it right there.
Man, okay, so you said no sports. You was pretty much like running the streets early.
Yeah. Hell yeah, because shit, if I'm motherfucking I'm going to Memorial Middle School, because my mama ain't want me to go to Carver in my district, because that's where all my cousins and all the knuckleheads and all that shit went to. So, like, when I went to Memorial, I was selling crack already. I was selling rocks because, like...
Middle school?
Yeah, 6th grade. My mama ain't, she was a single parent and shit, you feel what I'm saying? So she was, you know, making bids at the goddamn Sheridan World or some old shit like that. And she gave me like $100. It was my 5th grade going in the 6th grade year. She gave me $100 and shit. Like, boy, you better figure that shit out. Do what you gotta do with it. And I couldn't do much with that motherfucker, man. So I ended up, goddamn, you know, really popping shit with one of my older partners and shit who was a few years older than me. And, you know, one thing led to another one. Went to selling crack rock. And then I got knocked off the same, like 90 days later. Officer Northus bust my ass at Memorial. I went to jail. Got out, did some juvenile program shit, then got out and went to the district that I supposed to be Carver.
The Carver, okay.
And that's when the shit really got crazy after that.
Man, so sixth grade, we talking about the 80s?
What it was, bro? We saying like
the early
92, 93.
So this like when the crack epidemic is booming.
Hell yeah.
So you seeing some real paper at that age?
Hell yeah. I mean, it depends on what we call real paper. Cause like how I initially got into the dope game was my cousin Flav and his brother, my cousin Nuke. Them niggas was getting ounces or 2 of crack, cutting the ounces and shit down. And I'd be sitting there like a little kid, just fascinated at that shit. And I knocked 2, 3 rocks on the ground. You feel me? And you know how back in the day, your grandma used to have that thick ass carpet. You feel me? So it's about 12 rocks down there in that carpet. So, yeah, them niggas leave, do what they do. I'm on that motherfucking ground getting them rocks. So I did that shit probably about a month. Before you know it, I had me a lot of rock, bro. And shout out to my nigga Snoop. And any nigga from the hood, they know Snoop. Snoop really showed me how to sell that shit. She showed me how to jug the motherfuckers.
Snoop was a
smooth player, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And never been to jail, never nothing. My nigga was one of them guys. Far away from that shit now, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, he's still around?
Yeah, he's still around. Got his own businesses and all that type of shit. Real standard.
He made it up.
Yeah, but that's how I started selling dope and shit. But I was just doing peanuts. I went really $200-300 max. give me Travel Fox, goddamn E-Tonics, Elises, goddamn what else, Dice motherfuckers and shit, the fish hat, the silk shirt game, all that. And then I got popped and I did about 7-8 months and got out. And when I got out, that's when one of my cousins, T.Y., showed me how to cook up dope. And it was up from there.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
man, I don't want to get ahead too far. So, why you hustling? You still going to school though?
Yeah, I was really going to school, but I really wasn't going to school because I'm just going because I got to go somewhere. I got to get out of my folk house, you know what I'm saying? So I go to school to really pop shit, look good with my outfit, shit like that there. And, you know, back in them days, it's like, the nigga who going in the free lunch line is square. You feel me? So I ain't going in that bitch. I'm going to the snack bar. They got that motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? So I'm going to push up to the snack bar with the babies and goddamn, hey, what you want, baby? You want the pieces? You want something? And boom, I do what I do. I spread that shit out the long way, you know what I mean, for them girls. Just that kind of nigga back then, man. Just loved it to take care of business. That feeling you get when you ain't got to do it out. You know what I'm saying? I knew that shit as an early age, as a young nigga, that I always wanted to be able to take care. You know what I'm saying? Whether that's a kid, my homie, whatever.
Being able to look out.
Yeah.
Be that support system for a lot of people.
Hell yeah, because that shit didn't feel good when you ain't got nothing and you come from nothing. Like, I literally came from nothing, bro. So I know how it is when a bitch look at your shoes and your shit's busted all up. Motherfucker laughing. Ah, you know what I'm saying? That's that shit what build a monster in a nigga. That's that shit what the lion don't stop biting till he ain't got no more teeth in his mouth. You feel what I'm saying? So we gonna keep going, man. The same shit we was on then, we on now.
Yeah.
We just speak a different language.